Hi, it's Barbara Ireland, and I have a little bit of a different video for you today. I think it's going to be very interesting. A few years after I had my near-death experience, I started hearing communication from deceased people. This had never happened to me before, and it was clear as a bell, and it was not my inner thoughts, and they told me amazing things. A few times they were from people I didn't even know that well. It was more like an acquaintance, but they could sense that I could hear them. And so they used me they asked if I would be a vessel for a message they needed to give to someone they loved here on earth. Well, it was a little awkward, to tell you the truth, because then I had to go up to the living person and say, I have a message for you. I don't even know what you think about this. But it was absolutely amazing what would happen, because the messages were unique to the two people. So even if they were skeptical at some point, when they heard the message, they would just instantly start crying. They knew it was a true message. One of my very closest friends, like a brother to me, died 2.5 years ago. And I asked again and again and again for him to come and connect with me. But he's the one person I haven't been able to connect with until recently. He came in, I was just exercising in my apartment, and suddenly he was there. This fellow lived in Mexico City. He was very vibrant. He was an avant-garde artist in all these different ways. Inspired, hilarious human being. Ricardo is his name. He came with some really cool messages. I asked him if it was okay for me to share these with you, and that's what we're doing today in this video. So stay tuned. So the first thing I want to say about Ricardo coming in is he was gleefully happy. It's like he was doing a jig and he was like dancing around. He was so happy. And he was saying, yes, it's me, Vumis. He calls me Vumis. It's me. I'm here. And this side is so much more fun than that side. The earth, that one's hard. So don't feel too bad when it's time to leave, Vumis, because this side is fun. And then he went on to this next part. He said, the intriguing part about being on earth is that we get to play one role while we're here, and we believe the role is actually us. But it's just a role that we're playing for a short period of time while we're here on earth. And he said, I am so happy we got to play our roles together and know each other. But that's not really who you are, Vumis. Not at all. And I know who you really are, but I can't tell because I am sworn to secrecy. I can't tell you. And then he started laughing and he said, we all know everything here. And again, he went into about how courageous we as spirits are to come here. And then most importantly, don't hold back your own fun while you're on earth as much as you can. Enjoy life. Enjoy this strange experience of being in a role we think is true. And then he asked if I had any questions for him. I said, yes, I do. I said, why does life feel like a continual series of lessons about letting go? And I want to actually read to you what I wrote down afterwards, his answer. He said, because letting go is the easiest way to get through life here on earth. It's not that it's the most important lesson to learn in general. That one is about love in all its many forms. That's what grows the spirit. But as far as simply getting through the experience of life, which is difficult here, it's to let go as much as possible. Otherwise, it just gets hard here. So I thought that was really amazing. Now next time I'm going to have to ask how to let go because it's freaking hard. He did go into specific things to let go of as much as possible to make life easier here. He said first and foremost was the looping negative thoughts. And he thanked me for teaching de-looping because he sees from that side how important our thought processes are as far as our experience of the joy or not joy that we have here on life. The other things he mentioned are the ending of relationships, like breakups, letting go of toxic relationships, letting go of worries, letting go of people who have passed away. And then interestingly, he said, letting go of health or youth. If health goes haywire, to move with it, which is so hard. And same with youth. Like, we all are trying to look and feel young, right? It's about moving with the aging process and the way the body breaks down eventually, because we do have to die at some point, unless AI comes up with some other idea. So to move with that and not resist so much. And then the last ones he mentioned are expectations, let go of those, regrets, and let go of grudges. And that the more we can let go of all those things, the easier life is here on earth. So let me know if Ricardo's messages touched you in any way as they touched me. And also let me know if you would like me to continue to share communication with deceased people with you. If they say it's okay, then I will. And by the way, I created a video, which I will link at the end here, about the reason from a spiritual perspective why people leave our lives, whether that's in breakups or divorces or people dying. I think the ideas I put in there are extremely helpful to remember when we're going through those things and as we work on letting go. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And I wish you a wonderful week ahead. Bye-bye.